Welcome to Game On, the show that kickstarts your weekend sporting action. Well, most seasons, most leagues have actually come to a close, and I'm telling you, less to play for, but the action never stops. Well, David, we shall definitely run into a new sport, VX sport, going to rally, going to cricket, then international sport, and that's the Premiership, and finally break off with the year in review. So it's been an incredible year, but right now, let's run into the sport. Well, David.
Yes.
Christmas is actually done.
Absolutely.
David Mutaka, the man who never stops talking about Christmas and the game of sport. But before we get into that, then we have actually guests on the show. And these are guys from the VX sport, a sport they need to tell us about. Right on my left is Timothy Malinga. Timothy, I'm told you, MVP African Championship.
Yes, that's right.
Good to have you tonight, Timothy. And James, your second name is quite complicated, but I'll take it the way it is, Hasindihe. Is that right?
That is it.
Well, James, good to have you. James, the CEO, VX Uganda.
Thank you.
Well, quite interesting. David,
Yes.
it's a new sport. Well, talking about VX, actually, when I heard of the sport earlier on sometime, I couldn't understand what VX meant. But James, James, maybe you need to explain to us, I mean, what is VX?
Right, VX is an interesting game. VX started in 2005 in the UK, a place called Yorkshire, North Yorkshire. That's when VX was started. And then VX links to Uganda in 2012. This ending year,
Particular year.
VX, January, VX lands in Uganda. So from time then, we have been doing groundwork, to see that VX gets into areas of society. So far now, VX has more than 4 clubs playing VX in Uganda.
Very interesting. Because we're actually looking at, we have the All-Stars, the
Yes.
Buffaloes, the
Yes.
Warriors, the Rhinos, and the Bulls.
Yes, those are very staunch clubs playing VX right now in Africa, in Uganda, actually. So the way we do things, the way VX goes on is just gradually. You see that? We are not like this, but we go on gradually. From time we linked in Uganda, we saw how the strategies of how to promote VX in Uganda. We saw how we looked for the main things of which we would need to say that the game is compatible here in Uganda. And so far now, we have the Makerere squash courts where we play, where is our basement for playing VX in Uganda.
Well, so how is it played? And just you said you laid the groundwork 2005.
Yes.
How does it involve? How many players? And what's the groundwork? What sort of facilities? You spoke about squash.
All right.
Is it a small area pitch or is it a?
That's quite an interesting question. Now, the game happens in very many versions. Yeah. So what you're seeing there is the version of V4. You can see the guys in yellow and the guys in the other color. See that, and you can see the referee there doing the work of counting the points, right? So what goes on is that the way you see the guys scope the balls and hit the opponent, the target is from shoulder to the toe, and you make a point. And when you know they've hit you the ball, you be honest and put up the hand, or you notify the umpire, I've been hit. And the umpire is there to say, play on.
Wow.
You see that?
It's quite interesting.
It's
Well,
quite
Timothy
interesting.
Malinga, you
Yeah.
you are MVP African Championship.
Yes.
So, when were these games? When did you play in that African Championship?
We played in September, and it was held on 20th, the African Championships. Yeah, and they emerged the champion. Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and South Africa took part in the championships, and I emerged the best.
Wow.
Well,
Amazing.
with so many sports out there, Timothy, how do you choose these sports and how do they find you?
VX.
And how do you excel so fast in such short time?
Yeah, when one of my friends is called James, he came to me and he told me there's a certain new game which has been introduced in Uganda. It's called VX and what, and I was so eager to know which game is this. So I went to the court, I found guys playing, I kind of got interested and I really loved it. So I put all my passion and everything. I trained hard. So when the championships came, I was the best.
Wow, quite amazing. Well, earlier on we had said, me and David talked about the sport, and was saying it combines power, strength, and there's a lot of emotional attachment towards the game. Because, you know, where there's a game of hitting, there's always going to be a problem. Anyway, James,
Yeah.
what's the way forward for the game in Uganda?
Right. The way forward, we actually have very many strategies of seeing the game reaching the many societies there, the rural, the urban. We do not segregate. And likewise, our game is such a compatible game that you can verse the opposite sex. You see that? It's such a rare game. It's an uninteresting game that you can play with versing a girl. You see that? For us in VX, it's very okay. It's one of the rules we have to go on. You can play versing a girl. It's okay. Even if you are playing boy versus boy, it's okay. But the game does not base on the energy you have. And guess what? In most of the times, I can see girls winning, taking up from the boys. Reason because the girls play with the brain, and with the boys, we play with muscles because we have the muscles. So you play with much energy, right? Yeah. So it's such our main objectives and where we're going to. We hope by within from 3 years from now, we would have our own established offices or VX offices. We would be having our own. We hope that we'll be having our own VX facilities. For example, the squash courts. The facilities you see that where we're playing the VX from, they are from Makerere squash courts. So we have the strategy of building our own facilities of such a kind. Yeah.
And in terms of the sport, of course, linking into Olympics, linking into international bodies, is it a registered sport? How many countries play it? And how does it fit into the structure?
Okay. Now, VX is here in Uganda. It's in the process of registering with the National Council of Sports. They know our activities of which we are doing right now. Whenever we do, just like we have this on air, we have to show them that this, we had an interview on air. That's what the National Council has to go on and see what you guys do on groundwork. Last time we featured in New Vision, and we had to present to them that this is VX in the New Vision. So it's going worldwide. It's going in the news. Then we talked about the Olympics. I truly say it here that VX will be featuring in the 2020 of Olympics?
2016.
2020.
Yeah. We will be featuring in the Olympics with VX.
Oh, quite interesting.
Yes.
Malinga, I'm seeing silverware here.
Yeah.
When was this one? Oh, what is it?
This is my trophy, the one
MVP.
I won.
Oh.
Yeah, in the African Championship.
That's exciting.
So this is what I have, and there's also some token. I've not brought it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's some small award.
For you.
Yeah, for me.
And the gadget, we're seeing gadgets
Yeah,
here.
this is called a stinger. This is what we use, and these are scoops. So this is what you use to scoop that ball and hit the opponent.
And where does one buy such equipment?
In the equipment right now, it's not in Uganda. It's not manufactured in Uganda.
So what they do, if you want to get into the link of the game, you approach me, or you can approach one of the clubs you have in Uganda. You can approach me on my email or my phone number. Then we get the link. We have the way we import these things, import the equipment into Uganda here.
So can probably me and David form a club.
You are indeed welcome.
And is it a team sport? It looks like everyone on the team is doing their own thing. Is there some sort of organization? You know, I come from a sport. I used to play rugby, and people don't see if there's any organization in rugby. And it seems the same way. I mean, these guys are playing on their own. The other guys are playing on their own. Can you support your teammate? Can you defend? Can you say heads up?
All right,
How
now,
does it work?
okay, it's a team basic game.
Okay.
It's a team basic game. But however, just like you see them there, yeah. So you have to make sure you play to your best. You dodge more balls as you hit more balls to the opponent, right?
Okay.
You see that if you are inefficient enough, you can make your team to lose. So you have to be very active, and very active brain-wise, by the way, because like I said, it's not about being with energy.
How
It's a
many
brain
balls?
game.
How many balls can be in play at any one time?
All right, now for V4, just like you see there,
Yeah.
the previous video, for V4, there are 4 balls. But for V2, there are 3 balls. So one is there, such that if the balls have run away, one is there for reserve.
Wow.
It's a very interesting game.
Quite interesting.
Yeah.
Well, David, I guess we need to start playing the sport.
I need a manual.
You need a money for that one.
But you did mention you said the email address and your
All
phone
right,
number
now,
public. Yes.
yeah, my email address is ceo@vxuganda.org. Org is O-R-G. Yeah. Then some people can get me on my phone number, 0784998202 or 0700836969
Okay, probably you could repeat the numbers again.
or 0784998202 or 0700836969.
I hope that won't come with a lot of stalkers.
I don't think so, because this we are on sports.
We also have a Facebook page.
Yeah, you go. Let's
Yes.
It's called VX
follow
Uganda?
it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
VX
also log
Uganda.
in our Facebook page, VX Uganda, and then we add you in.
Okay, quite amazing.
Hopefully VX doesn't bring up cars and four-wheel drives.
No, VX is not all about cars. We do not have engines here. We only have softballs and a stinger,
Oh.
and these counters.
Okay.
You're
And-
already in our game.
And we are going to bring a corporate league.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's quite amazing. Wow. And those are the two gentlemen from VX Uganda. It's been incredible. Well, knowing a new sport. Well, running straight into rally. Well, there's a lot of action on Boxing Day. So if you miss the action, well, the results coming in. Ronald Sebuguzi finally winning the Sprint of the Year championship and taking it in 5 minutes, 54 seconds and 20 microseconds, and beating off Shafiq Semju at 6 minutes, 02 seconds and 09 microseconds. Well, it has been an incredible year for rally. For me, it's been amazing.
I think it's been a great year for rally with the addition of Jas Mangat and a couple of internationals. Very good competition, some new upcomers, the constants of this world. I think rally is picking up as a sport. I think they're getting more organized. And to cap it off with this, I think was a great event.
Oh, quite fantastic. And the big one and the big news coming in, you know, Jonas Kasime finally coming in 13th position, but he's a newcomer on the block and coming in finally to be 13th on the sprint at Garuga. I think it's a good start for him. Then the other news could be Umaru Kivi, Niwan Haji Musa Molika, that's an old dog, and Robert Kasana also making that debutant in Garuga on the weekend. Well, as you can see on your screens, the action was quite interesting. It actually didn't rain, if you notice, and you know it normally rains at the sprint. That was a good day. There's a lot of action. Quite an amazing race. Well, David, we just closed Christmas. How was your Christmas break? What did you do?
Stayed away from sports, actually.
quite amazing. What do you normally do for James? What do you not do for especially New Year's? What normally happens?
What for New Year's, oh my God, a lot of Christmas parties, a lot of parties for my New Year's, a lot of gathering of friends. Like we make wishes for the next year, we make plans for the next year.
Oh, quite interesting. Timothy, what are we seeing in the next year? What do we expect from you?
What do you expect from me? Next year, we shall be going to England for the World Championships. So I'm ready to take on that world champion. He's called Tom Hildreth.
So that would be a VX1.
World Championship.
So it's one against one. So
Yeah,
that's VX2.
That's for
Yeah.
V2.
That's
right?
V2.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
V2. Their championship happens in each and every year, around in September, the August or September. So the championships take place in each and every year. V2. So we are willing. Actually, we are proposing that we have made a number of proposals. We are going to be submitting into different companies for sponsorship.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Quite amazing. Well, it has been a great time having you guys around.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to know. We shall take a short break. When we get back, we go straight into cricket, the Premiership, and our highlights for the year 2012. Just keep it urban.